My name is Jeremy Levi. I'm running for re-election for mayor of the town of Hampstead. So the first question is, what are your goals for the next 4 years? I want to focus on 3 areas. I want to rebrand community services and recreation to parks and recreation. I want to focus on public security, and I want to focus on infrastructure. When it comes to parks and recreation, unfortunately during the last mandate, we depleted our entire park fund of $2 million to rehabilitate the tennis courts. It was not a decision that was taken lightly, but unfortunately, at the beginning of our mandate, we were given no choice and we were left with a hole in the ground, for lack of a better term. And we decided to rehabilitate the tennis courts, and they proved to be a much greater success than we thought. We've generated almost $500,000 in revenue in the 3 seasons that they've been open. The payback period will be much shorter than we originally anticipated, but that meant we couldn't do much in terms of other parks. But now we have approximately $1 million in our park fund, and we can do a lot of great things with all the other parks. Public security, during our mandate, we increased our budget by about 30% to increase patrols, our fleet, our public security officers. We've introduced bike patrols during the summer months. During this mandate, we're going to focus on a high-tech camera surveillance system throughout the town. The times have changed and we really need to keep up with improving our public security network. And finally, infrastructure. We only do about 5% of our roads per year. The average lifespan of a road is 15 years. We need to get that up to about 7 to 8% per year to make sure that we're ahead, not behind. The biggest challenge we have with infrastructure are our street lamps. It's a decades old street lighting system, and there's constant outages. In 2020, there was a new program designed to rehabilitate the street lights, to put a conduit underneath our roads to ensure that they don't go out as frequently as before. Unfortunately, it's a good program, but unfortunately only 25% of our lamps have been revamped, which means it'll take another 15 years. To me, that's unacceptable. We need to come up with a new strategy to fast track these street lamps because it comes down to safety and security. We can't have constant power outages of our street lamps. Question number 2. What can you do to prod Montreal to allow you to repair Ellerdale Road near Cotinluc Road? It's an excellent question. As everyone is aware, Ellerdale has been in disrepair, and this past year, CA Quebec ranked it as one of the worst roads in Quebec. It has been one of my top priorities as mayor to get Ellerdale done. Since I took office, I met with the mayor of NDG, I met with Valerie Plante's special advisor. My administration has met with the Montreal administration. It didn't get anywhere. So at a certain point, we had to push back, and we advocated in very strong ways, for lack of a better term, and we were successful. 3 months ago, we received in writing from the City of Montreal that they would hold us harmless in the event of any water main break under Ellerdale during road rehabilitation. This was a major breakthrough because for 10 years, nobody was able to get this in writing. When I took office, Montreal wanted about $5 million to dig up Ellerdale and redo the water main, which I thought was completely unacceptable. It's about 4 times of our annual road budget. So there was a lot of back and forth, and I'm happy to say that about 6 months ago, we hired engineers to study what can be done and how much it would cost. Our cost came up to about 1.3 million and change. So with that, we are absolutely going to be doing Ellerdale next year, since we have the assurance of Montreal. But I have better news. We applied for a grant, 2 separate grants from the Quebec government for a total of about $950,000, which we'll find out on one of them in the next few weeks, and the other one next few months, whether it's going to be accepted or not, which would bring our cost to about $400,000. So it's a big difference from $5 million to $400,000. But even if we don't get those grants, we are committed to getting Ellerdale done, and we will get it done. Final question, number 3, will you keep the Israeli flag flying at Town Hall? If so or not, why? So it's an excellent question. After October 7th, Hampstead Council, residents, the entire town were devastated by the horrific attack on innocent civilians in Israel. We decided to hoist the Israeli flag in solidarity for the hostages until they returned home. At the time, nobody knew that whatever happened in the Middle East would escalate into worldwide anti-Semitism across the world. Hampstead is home to the largest concentration of Jews per capita of any municipality outside of Israel. And the flag does not just represent Israel anymore, it represents the Jewish community and Jews worldwide. Our commitment was to keep it up until the hostages were released. Obviously, things have changed, and it will be up to the next council, and there will be a new council because 3 incumbents to council are not running, and it will be a joint decision with council whether that flag is to remain there or not. It is not for me to say, it is not for one person to say, but I will say that a couple months ago we received a petition of over 400 signatures from residents of Hampstead that they absolutely want the Israeli flag to remain. We'll see what the new council has to say, and we'll take it from there. 4 years ago, I originally ran for mayor because I didn't like the direction that the town was going in. I was never on council previously. In fact, I never voted in a municipal election before. Like many of you, I've lived in Hampstead a long time, my whole life. I'm actually 3rd generation Hampstead. My 6 children are now 4th generation Hampstead. The past 4 years, we've made great progress in changing the direction that our town is going in. I care deeply about it. I'm extremely proud that we have helped hundreds of families improve, build, renovate the homes of their dreams. I'm proud that Hampstead has become a community of pride, a community where people are blessed to live the way that they want to, without any fear. The past few years, a lot of Jews in the city have felt uncomfortable, but not in Hampstead. We have made it a destination where every minority group feels welcome. Just a few months ago, we had the Korean community rent out Hampstead Park because they know that we keep our streets clean, we keep our streets safe, and that's exactly what we intend to do for the next 4 years. Thank you very much.